No one survives Castle Rush Nightmare Eileene.
7K Dreamer, please.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're looking at Castle Rush Nightmare for Eileene. Her skill set is pretty crazy, so I figured that using the Reflect team is probably the best team for her because one of her skills actually does 50,000 fixed damage. So technically, you should be able to live a few of those hits if she hits your Reflect units because you will have some good bulk, Willful Ring, as well as some shields and proper healing. You should be able to take one or two of those hits with each of your heroes. And this is the particular skill I'm talking about, Thunderlord's Fury. You can see that insane amount of damage, but thankfully it got reflected, so that was about 10 to 11,000 damage back on Eileene, which is very good. So basically, well, even though she's more dangerous, you also get to reflect back a lot more damage. Over here I managed to bring Evan as a friend, so that's good. I have a support unit for this. And generally the idea is the same. For this entire match, I did not cast Hyung's top skill because I've kind of learned how to manage my healing now. So I'm really just waiting it out for Rook and Chancellor to use their Awaken skills, and when that happens, I think it is a good time to heal. Because ultimately my heroes do have Willful Rings, and all their Willful Rings are probably used up now except for Evan and Jave. So at this point, healing is a must. Healing is going to sustain your units for a very long time because the other attacks don't really do too much damage, okay, and the passive healing will definitely help to heal them back up. And of course you have Evan's shields to help you with that as well. The only most devastating attack is of course the Thunderlord's Fury, and of course unfortunately my Tara dies here, which is very bad because Tara is such a crucial hero. So whatever score that this match has achieved, you can definitely do better. Because as you see here, Rook's light shields came up, so that means there's no reflect at all on Rook and Chancellor, and that is a lot of damage gone. Okay. And unfortunately, of course, this is not my best run. I actually have a slightly better run which I did not record because I didn't think that I could do much better. In the other run, Tara survived. Pretty much everyone survived. Hyung was the third one to die, and I was left with Tara, Jave and Evan on the front line. So that was a very stable and good run because I could completely remove all their shields. The only thing I liked was of course the healing in time. But Hyung actually died at a later stage, so it's okay. Right now, what you can do is really just to keep healing up your units, keep the friend Evan as healthy as possible as well because he is after all a valuable reflect unit, and unfortunately he died here. So that means Eileene cannot be, targeting a spare reflect unit because the more she targets a reflect unit, the more gets reflected, and that's of course very good for your score. At this point, I'm not using auto skill, do take note of that. And I'm really just using the other skills except Hyung's top skill. And yeah, really, there's really nothing much you can do, so just let the run go and heal up when you need to and use all other possible skills because you do not want time to go by so fast, even though you can. So Eileene cast her skill on Evan and it reflected about 15,000 damage. So that is a pretty significant score. Just imagine if you can actually keep this up. So Evan didn't die from it completely, but all your other heroes have a very high chance of dying from that one hit. Okay, so Evan is super tanky. If your Evan can take a few hits of that, with Hyung healing him, then you can definitely get a good score from there, and that's basically the crux here. So later on I'll explain about the hero builds, but I just want to give you guys a tip here. You may want to give your heroes a chance to survive on 1 HP duel because longer they live, the more they can possibly reflect, and that is gonna definitely benefit your score. Of course, if you feel that your heroes are not geared very well enough and you really have no choice but to use the high on top skill to reduce the damage taken, go ahead. I don't think it really harms you. Okay. Ultimately, the longer you can survive, the higher the score you can get as well. So that's something to keep in mind if your heroes are not very well geared. And I think at this point, I'm going to fast forward the video because there's really no other strategy involved, just really waiting for time to go by and hopefully, and Eileene is definitely going to cast a single target skill on either Jave or Evan and they're going to just reflect back the damage. So basically that is it for the run. And here's my score. Definitely can do better because of my Tara. My Tara died really early. If you can preserve your units and Tara much longer by healing and keeping them healthy, you will definitely get a better score. So for hero builds, we're looking at Hayoung first, double crit, 1 HP, 1 myth HP. And for her jewels, as I said in all my past videos, increase her magic attack so that you can heal more, and of course with recovery skill and PvE skill cooldown, your goal for Hayoung is to heal more and also to heal fast. And I've also given her the Willful Ring and Evasion as a substat and the Electrify Resist as well for this particular Castle Rush. We're gonna go down and start with Tara first, double HP, her jewels are very defensive. Also this time I've given her the Willful Ring with Evasion instead of the Height which I've previously used. And the reason for this is because I'm hopefully wanting her to evade that crazy attack from Eileene. And that's my whole intention of giving her the Evasion, because otherwise I think she's pretty fine on her own. And I found out that Evasion actually works very well in my other runs because it totally let her not take any damage, so that was good. For Jave, double crit, 1 myth HP, 1 HP. For his jewels, chance to survive on 1 HP, PvE defense and increase awakening gauge as well. And also I've given him the Willful and Evasion ring instead of some other random Willful ring from the past. And you'll notice that I did not give him Electrify Resist here because I didn't think it was necessary. For Evan, double crit, double HP, and for his jewels it's kind of lean towards the PvE physical side because he is after all the strongest in my team, and I've also given him the 30% chance to live on 1 HP, which I actually feel that it could be better used on Tara, possibly because Evan ultimately will last for a very long time, and towards the end, I think all that damage is gonna kill him anyway. For Nerja, double lethal, weapons don't really matter, double HP, jewels only block rate and defense, and damage reduction from block. And also I've given her the Willful Ring and HP as substat. Of course Evasion is also a very good alternative for this. Block rate on the traits and basically Electrify Resist, which really doesn't matter as well. That was just already there on my Nerja, so I decided to keep it there. For the Masteries, 3 flank to the left, 2 flank to the right, increase magic attack because you want Hayoung to heal more, and of course block rate for greater bulk. The rest are kind of still physically inclined so that you can do a little bit more damage, which is very insignificant. So that's all I have for the Eileene video. Hopefully that helped, and stay tuned for one last Castle Rush video tomorrow for Rachel. Thank you so much and see you!